Hello everyone, Green Gemini here, bringing you my top 10 tips and tricks for when you first start playing SimCasino. Now, after having about 75 hours or so into the game, I feel pretty confident in everything that I've done so far in the game. There's a couple of other series that are going on right now, so you can go ahead and check those out. There's some tutorials, as some of the things that I have done in the game. If there's a video out there for it, I'll try and pop that up here in the upper right hand corner as we go along with my top 10. So first and foremost, when you're here on the main screen, you're first starting out, you want to load your new profile, give your profile name, obviously whatever name you want to give it, right? And then make sure you pay attention to these 5 features right here, all right? These 5 features, whether they are checked or unchecked, once you start the game, you can't change them. They are permanent in that profile. Now, you actually kind of can change it. There is a section in the SimCasino Discord that walks you through kind of how to do it. I looked at it. I'm not that type of person to try and go in and change settings and all that kind of stuff, because knowing me, I'll break something in the game. So I would rather just not. So just make sure you pay attention to this kind of stuff right here, okay? All right, my next tip for you does have to do with this screen, and it has to do with auto delivery. Me personally, I choose not to have auto delivery on, and here's the main reason why. For me, I like to be able to control the inventory that is coming in to my casino. I want to be able to say, I want this much of this, that much of that. I want to be able to control that money spending. I don't want to have to worry about money getting spent left and right for stuff that I don't really even think that I need. This also helps with your vault cash that you have on hand. If you have auto delivery turned on, it will constantly change the amount of money that is in your vault. It'll take, it'll pull, it'll push, it'll do all that kind of stuff. Not for me. Again, not for me. If you like to be able to control how much cash, how much inventory you have in your game, make sure you keep auto delivery turned off. All right, the next thing that I have for you guys is, as you're on this main map here, there are several different lots available for you to choose from. Now, it doesn't really matter where you go after your first one, but for your first one, I would say choose either 40 Heights or Pine Corner. Those are the 2 cheapest ones that are available, and they both have pretty good demographics. For Pine Corner, it has a much better business area for you to use. For 40 Heights, it has a much better, well-rounded area for hotel, business, gambler, not so much on the entertainee, but make sure you're looking at this right here. Also gives you your crime and your wealth. This kind of helps build your casino the way you need it to, and helps drive the patrons to your casino that are needed in order to get your casino going pretty well, at least in my opinion. Now, once you are in your casino, and if you want to revisit that information back, all you have to go down to is right here in guest experience. Took me a second to remember that, but come over here to guest experience, and this is the same information here. So those green lines that we saw that gambler, they are at 100% demand, entertainee down to 50% demand, business 100%, hotel lodger 100%. So that kind of gives you a gauge of about, where everything is at with those lines that we saw. And it also gives you, in the actual game area itself, the peak visiting days and times for those guys to be in. Alright, next tip I've got for you. Since the game is in early access, there's going to be a lot of updates that come with the game, so make sure you have the latest version available of the game. In order to check that out, in the upper right hand corner you will see where it says default 2020 12/8/1550. So obviously this update came out on the 8th of December of 2020 at 3:50 in the afternoon. If you click on it, it will say you have the latest SimCasino version. If you don't, close the game out, go back into Steam, make sure you update the game. Alright, the next tip that I've got for you guys, make sure when you first start your casino, you are starting small. we want to make sure that we're not doing something large like this at first, okay? You're only going to have a certain amount of cash to go with. Now you can see I've gone into the negative here, but that's just kind of, I wanted to build everything up and so on and so forth, but I ended up getting like $3 million into the negative. I have since worked my way back out of that with all the profits that I've gained. However, if you don't have the unlimited money turned on, you need to watch what you spend. The best way to do that is to start small. Don't build big and extravagant at first. You can always tear down and redo it later on. Next thing is piggybacking off of starting small. Make sure you're only using slot machines first. Here's the main reason why. Slot machines bring in a ton of income. In this casino right here, under my cash management and looking at my gambling tab, let me go to the previous day. My slot machine income has been $200,000. That is how much all of my slot machines combined brought in, okay? My table games, you look up here at the table games look great. Yes, I love blackjack, I love roulette, I love craps, I want to have all of that stuff in here. That's great, but you got to make sure you have the available income to offset all of this that is in here. So with each of these tables, remember, you have to have a trusted staff member at this. And if you have a ton of these in here, well, let's take a look at all of this. They don't make very much money. Our table games, you can look, blackjack, $2,300. Texas Hold'em Poker, $1,300. Roulette table, $1,800. Craps table, $4,500. Not a whole lot compared to what our slot machines make. So, avoid your table games at first. Start getting a good income with your with your slot machines, and then you can start looking into your table games and adding staff into that. All right, next we have, with those slot machines, you want to make sure that you're looking at the cost that it is to play the slot machines. So next tip, do not use the 1 penny or 5 cent, so the penny or nickel prices when it comes to the slot machines. Reason why? They don't make you any money. Okay? We are in this game to make money. We want to be able to have a fun casino. We want to be able to attract people to come in here. But if you have those nickel and penny slots, they're not going to do much for you. So 25 slot, $1, $5, or $10 slots, these are the ones that we want to have in the casino. Now, quarter and dollar slots are going to be probably the biggest ones that people are going to go to. I have a high limit area over here to where I've got $25 and $100 slots, but not a lot of people go to these, mostly because of the wealth that's around here. But the quarter and dollar slots that I've got here and the ones that I've got back here, people come to these like crazy. They absolutely love them, and this is where I'm making my money, is back here in these two areas. Alright, so the next thing that we have is staff scheduling. I cannot stress this enough. Make sure that you are scheduling your staff appropriately. So in the game, you have 2 expenses that you control. 1 is your staff. 2 is your deliveries. We'll get into the deliveries in a little while. But staff scheduling, this is a huge amount of income that we spend every single day. You can see today I've already spent $6,800. On this day here, we had $27,000 that we spent on our staff. And that is with me having a good staff schedule available. Now, I have a couple areas that maybe I need to trim back a little bit because we're not getting as much in deliveries or housekeeping and stuff like that. But when it comes to your retail workers, so your buffet area, all of your tables that are in here, you can see it's 8 o'clock in the morning. I don't have any staff in here right now because the demand for the casino does not call for the staff to be here. So make sure you're looking at those trends. Look for when you need people here and schedule them accordingly. All right, we are almost done. The next tip that I have for you, like I'd stated just a little bit ago, deliveries. Make sure you're controlling the amount of deliveries and the amount of stuff that you have coming in. Again, if you have auto delivery on, again, I cannot stress this enough. Auto delivery is on, you're not going to be able to control this kind of stuff, okay? This right here says we have 63 objects using bed sheets. That's great. There's 5 units in each one. So we have 30 crates coming in. That's 150 bed sheets. I have probably, I don't even know how many rooms I have in this thing, but I know I don't have 150 rooms in this hotel. I don't have 150 beds. I don't need that many bed sheets. I don't. So I cut that in half, and that also cut down my cost. Again, it's all about cost versus your income, right? We want to be able to keep our costs low, keep our profits high. That's what we want to do in this game. All right, ladies and gentlemen, my last and final tip for you is just have fun. Have fun with the game. The game is out in early access right now. There is so many different things that you can do with the game, so many different things you can design and mold and change, and it's awesome. The creativity that you can do with this game is amazing. You're only limited by your own imagination. I gotta say that when it comes to early access games, I'm a little leery about them. However, the devs have done a great job on this game. There are so many more features that are going to be added to this game that I think you guys are going to absolutely love it. You will, trust me. If you're wanting to know more, if you're wanting to talk about the game or anything else, you can come to my Discord. There's a link in the description below. I'm going to put a link in the description below as well for the SimCasino Discord. Come over and have fun with them. The devs are very active with this game. They want to hear the feedback. They know that we want more out of this game. Also, take a look at the discussion forums on Steam. All of that can be accessed as well, and there's a lot of information there with so many ideas that people have suggested already. And this game is only going to improve and get better and better. Last thing that I have for you guys, if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and do so and hit the notification bell to get notified on when I upload videos. YouTube memberships are also available. You can go ahead and check that out now and look for special emotes that comes along with that. That is all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.